Are we live? Hey, it's Chris Homestead the hard way, and bear with me a little bit, I'm out of breath. But I'm out here in the hog pen and I want to do a quick video and show you some things I've told you about before. Now, I've already had it get where it was touching the fence. You see, we got an electric wire around the inside of this hog wire to keep the pigs off of it, because hog wire by itself really won't keep a hog in. Now, I've already done where it was touching the wire. But something about an electric fence, they won't do it in the hog panels with just hot wire around the top. But something about when you run that hot fence on the inside of the pen, they'll root dirt up to it. Can they see that pretty good in the...
I think so.
And you got to get in here and get it back off it. I'm having to do it with this old, it's the hog pen hoe, this old cheap hoe Darlene got it at a yard sale or something. I mean, out here in the hog pen. But it's only with an electric fence they'll do that. And you're going to have to get it off, it's real bad down there at the front. That's something else I wanted to show you. I know I got to be looking at you for you to hear me. But if you remember, I told you the boar will skin your sow up a little bit when she's going in and out of heat. You can see on her, he hasn't really cut her, but he's rubbed the hair off of her on both sides. Now, he's done some of that mounting her with his front legs, and he's done some of it with his face, rubbing her. I just want to let you see that and realize that there won't nothing to panic about. It'll heal up and grow back. It happens somewhat regular. And the other thing I want to tell you is we put this pig in here Saturday. And it looked just like that Saturday. That's how long it's took her and that boar to completely... There's one little 5-foot square stuff there they ain't eat yet. And they destroyed it. They dug it out a foot deep. Something I've been meaning to put in a video that I just never have thought to do it. You know, Granddaddy had hogs on pasture. And everybody remembers that. And I have a lot of people ask me why we don't run our pigs on pasture. And the truth of it is, if you don't ring their nose where they can't root, pasture doesn't really work. Now, if you rotate them enough, and that means if you got an exceptionally large area to run them on, and you rotate them enough, they might not completely destroy it. But in the old days, the way you see people raising pigs on pasture, they had rings in their nose where they couldn't root. That's the puzzle piece everybody misses. They say, well, such and such used to do it, or I remember my granddaddy doing it. They forget they ring their nose. Now, we use these small hog lots. This would be what they call a hog lot instead of a pasture. And I don't care if they tear it up. Other than getting it on my fence, there's really, you know, this the hog pen. I've accepted this is going to be a mud hole. We're going to cut this off because I've got to do this, and I'm going to show you the shelter. Go.
Okay.
Go back on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there I am, give a slam out. I'll show you. That fence is 65 foot long. It was piled up about 80. That fence is 18 inches high, and it was almost touching down here then. This is the new shelter. I'm going to walk up here and give you a good view of it best you can. Not getting eaten up by our bull hog. Remember what I told you, new tin on the roof, used tin's fine on the sides. And I know these boards are turned wrong. But the truth is, we've got a shelter over there on the end that's 27, 28 years old. We turn them this way because when you screw them to your joist, they can't go anywhere. They hold so much better than being toe-nailed or the little rafter hangers and stuff. And on these short shelters, we don't ever get a dip in them. It doesn't hurt anything on a shelter that's only, you know, this roof is 7 foot by 12 foot. Shelter 6 by 12. They work fine. I know it ain't right, but they work fine. And if she'll show you the way we've got it reinforced in here. But something I need to tell you, when your shelter's inside your pen, you want to make sure that the pigs can't go through the back of it, hence then the sides, tear it apart really. You just got to make sure they can't tear it apart. And if you'll see, I have the boards lower to the ground and closer together. They're going to scratch on everything. Ain't nothing you do about it. They're going to scratch on any post they can touch. I did the boards right out on the side so they can't tear the tin. Doesn't need as much support at the top. Every penny around here counts for these hogs. Told you before, there ain't a lot of money in them. So it saved me $25 putting 4 boards instead of 5. This shelter really wasn't that bad to build. A lot of people ask us about expense. The lumber I bought and the new tin to go on the roof. I had the 4x4s, and a friend of mine gave me the old tin. But all this treated lumber and untreated lumber you see here was $265. And the screws and the lag bolts, I found out there's something better than a lag bolt. There's something called a timber screw. That's what this is put together with is timber screws, especially down around the bottom. They're a whole lot cheaper than lag bolts. I didn't know they made them, but that's definitely the way to go. And something else I was going to tell you. Cut it off because I don't remember.
Now,
Back on.
it's back on.
Hey, y'all. Went raining. Phone died. Just an incredible streak of bad luck. But I finally remembered what I want to tell you about the shelters. Look at the way ours is built close. And I've had some people ask us for blueprints and diagrams and stuff. I'll be honest with you, I don't know how to do that. I'm not a carpenter to begin with. Nowadays we screw everything together and trim it off even with a chainsaw. Used to nail it together and trim it off even with a chainsaw. I did find out screws are 1,000 times better than nails, especially in tin and those boards on the outside of that hog house. But that board on the ground at the front's important to keep them from pushing the dirt out. And something else I want to tell you. Check your local regulations. I've said this in several other videos, but I can't tell you how to do things exactly how you need to where you're at. Now, I can tell you how to raise a pig in a way that I know works. I can tell you some things that I know doesn't work, but I cannot cover your local laws. And you can get in a lot of trouble with livestock or get in a situation where you spend a lot of money to have livestock and then find out you can't have it. Now, I've said this before, but I'm going to reiterate it. I know, you might be the first time you ever seen one of our videos, but there's the Agriculture Extension Office. As far as I know, I think the agent told me there's one in every county in America. But there's an Agriculture Extension Office. Google it, look it up in the yellow pages, it's there. And they are some very helpful people. And they'll tell you pretty much anything you need to know to the best of their ability. They're a valuable resource. They're free. Use them. Because the worst thing you can do is build you a hog pen and go get you some pigs and a neighbor complain and animal control come tell you that you had to be so many feet from the neighbor's house, so you either got to move the pen or you don't own enough property to be far enough away from the neighbors. Here you got to have a 3-sided shelter. If you notice, all our shelters are 3-sided. You've got to have a 3-sided shelter. In the summertime, that's far from ideal. In the summertime, you need a low top with no sides for airflow. But by law, you got to have a 3-sided shelter or build 2. Build a winter shelter and a summer shelter. And I guess if the pig chooses not to lay in the 3-sided shelter, that's fine. But there's something you need to know. There's a lot of stupid regulations when it comes down to livestock, especially pigs. And I see a lot of people, we get a lot of emails from people, if you're new to us, you might not know this, but I spend a lot of time answering emails. I get a lot of emails asking livestock questions and other questions and tractor questions, and we try our best to answer things and try to help people. And You know, people seem to appreciate it, so I try to do the best I can with it. But just remember, you need to check your local laws. You can get yourself in trouble. Remember, you can do this stuff. I hate that this video is kind of rambled and got interrupted a few times. It's rained all day, every day this week, 3.5 inches so far this afternoon when I checked the rain gauge, and it rained again this afternoon. It's one of the reasons we ain't put up any videos. We got several to do. But just remember, you can do this, and you'll never apply a field return over in your mind, and y'all have a good night.